All right. So, Nelly, what were you struggling with before you came to work with me?
I used to struggle to communicate. I had a lot of ums and filler words in my speech when I spoke, and I used to ramble on and on. You would ask me a question and I was all over the place to the point where you didn't even know if I answered it.
What else had you tried to fix that?
In the past, actually, I was not aware of how bad it was until I wanted to get better at sales, and I would listen to my calls, and I heard myself just sound so unprofessional, sounding like like those were part of my conversations, and I just didn't like the way I sound. I felt like I wasn't being taken seriously.
What changes have you noticed in your voice and communication after working with me?
A big improvement. I feel confident. I feel aware that I can slow down, that it's okay to have 5 seconds of silence, that taking my time to think before I speak has allowed other people to take me seriously, to stop what they're doing and pay attention to what I have to say.
How have those changes shown up in your life?
It has shown up in various places. It has shown up in conversations with strangers, with my family. If you're a parent, this is a great way to speak with your children. It has shown up in other ways at job interviews. Basically, it's a well-rounded program that you can use in any aspect in your life.
What's something unexpected that you got out of our time together?
Confidence. Confidence because it's something that you think you have it. I thought I was confident by just my personality. I was outgoing. But when I realized that if I can combine my outgoing personality, the type of person that I am, plus tonality, being able to speak eloquently and just be able to express myself, it just took it to a whole new level.
How do you see this experience benefiting your career and your personal life moving forward?
I feel it benefits me by just being able to express myself. That was the biggest reason I came here. Being able to talk and not feel like I used up all this time with useless words, useless 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 extra fluff in my conversations instead of getting straight to the point.
How would you describe your growth in a single word over the past 8 weeks?
An explosion.
I love
Explosive.
that. I love that. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. I feel like I mentioned earlier, I can use it in so many aspects of my life, whether it's talking to a friend about an important life-changing decision, to being direct with my children, to being heard and valued with high power people, whether that's somebody I answer to like a boss or a potential client.
Who would you recommend to work with me?
I recommend anyone that feels that they ramble too much, they get through so many words before they get to the point where even a question becomes a multiple choice. People that are struggling to be heard. They know what they're doing. They know what they need to say. They just don't know how to get it out.
Do you still feel like a recovering pushover?
No. No, because now I can just say no if I want to instead of saying no because of this and that and my kids or my boss. No, I can just say no. No, thank you.
Damn right you can. You're a
Yeah.
rock star. Thank you. Okay, cool. Now, what could I do better? Like, what would make this experience even better? What were some things that you were frustrated with?
Frustrated, it's an intense course.
Hmm.
It's an intense course where it goes beyond just the physical aspect of speaking. Michael will ask you guys questions that are hard because he wants you to peel the onion to the core to find out if what's holding you back from speaking, from bringing your true voice out. And so you might cry like me. Yes, definitely. And what you could improve on, I'm I'm thinking about that one because you really did a good job,
Well, thank you.
and I'm not sugarcoating it.
I don't think that you would, because you can say no and you don't need to
Yeah.
explain yourself. About on that, on what you said about getting to the core, how was getting to the core useful or relevant for you in leveling up your voice and communication?
You asked the right questions because for me, I thought it was just a position yourself, stand up. It was something outside of me, a physical impediment, but it's beyond that. It's a combination of who I was on the inside plus the physical aspect. For example, making myself aware of vocal fry, making myself aware of the ums, the like, those things played a part, but also getting deep into who I was as a person, what's holding me back, what why is the reason a specific person or event trigger me and changes my voice or makes me shrink when I'm in front of that situation. So those were the hard questions.
Worth it.
And yeah,
Who did you think that you were coming into this program, and who do you know yourself to be now at the end of it?
I honestly thought I was coming in and just learn how to make sounds, me, moo, moo, moo. Brrr. I thought I was coming in with that, but it was so much more than that. It was a journey of discovering my value and learning how to speak and learning to detach from what other people feel. The only person that matters as far as my personal outcome is myself.
What did you discover about your role as a leader in the past 8 weeks,
What did I discover?
and your voice's role in that?
I discovered to that it's important. It's important to express yourself well. If we're looking at it from a technical aspect, slowing down, having that high energy, high vocal energy, and having that eloquence of getting to the point to listen to understand so that you can respond. All of that encompasses to where as a leader, I think I can use it, or actually, I don't think, I know I can use it to lead, guide, coach, teach, however you want to call it, the people that are expecting that from me. Most notably in parenting, I can use that to guide my children to where I'm not just a crazy mother screaming because I've lost control. If it's in a setting like now, getting back into makeup artistry, it's being able to command my voice as an expert authority that I know what I'm doing. I know you want this, but this is the reason why I'm suggesting this other thing. So it gives me control of who I am, but it also gives me confidence. It gives me that authority that I feel like I didn't have before. Like I had the knowledge, I had the ability, I just didn't have the authority because my voice didn't demonstrate that.
And now you have the authority.
Yes.
Was there a moment that you went from was there describe the moment that you discovered that authority?
It was with my children. There's one specific, and I've already shared it with you, but whomever is watching this, if you're not a parent, maybe it's not relevant to you, but if you were a student one day, you did realize that this teacher with the high pitched voice is losing control of the classroom. And as a parent, your kids can tell when you're losing control of the situation because you are now speaking in a high pitch. It's it's fast, it's loud, and it shows that you're losing control. And where I've been able to shine is practicing on my children right now to be able to have them match my energy. If they hear me calm, direct, and commanding, they match the energy like this is important. I need to stop and do or listen to what she's saying before it gets out of hand.
Wow.
But I did like what you did with trying to get to know the person, their beliefs, trying to get to the core, peel the onion before you get into the exercises and all those other things because it is important to see if it's a physical impediment or if it's a something that's something that you brought from childhood and that's why you are now
Mm-hmm.
or you're talking the way you're talking. So that I think it did well. But the main thing that I came to you that I was struggling with is that I wasn't confident. Like my confidence was not matching with my voice. And you are helping them or you help them now to where they're married and they come out at the same time when they need to, especially at the stores.
That's a good story.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, I would have added so much fluff to it.
You're gonna
And
get
I know
an
that the only way for me
well, you're gonna
and
get an amazing job, so that'll be no problem.
thank you. And it's so funny, I'm telling you, my friend said, Nelly, you just changed. I'm like, no, I just changed the way I talk, the way I express myself. It's so funny. And I noticed that all week I told myself, it's so weird that I can't go back to my old self.
Describe that old self.
The old self is so afraid of your feelings that I will sugarcoat things. I will tiptoe around to make sure that I can still tell you what I want to tell you without giving you a hard blow, like a hard punch to the face. That's my old self, the people pleaser, the one that is taking on more than she can handle because she doesn't want to hurt your feelings. So not only are you helping with tonality, you're also helping with that confidence that I thought I had. I had not polished it though.
And describe that new self.
The new self is selfish in a good way because I had never learned to be selfish in a good way. Before I say yes to others, I need to make sure I'm not saying no to myself. That was hard. That was powerful for me. I feel like I'm gonna cry because that was me. It it's not just voice. It's not just learning to speak. It's putting boundaries. It's slowing down and thinking. Your system, your coaching system makes you think before you talk. And when you have those 5 seconds to think, that's when you start to separate, am I doing this for me or for them? Something that I used to do everything for everyone else. I put myself first in family situations, my children, my friends, and even in situations such as work, because when I started with you, I still was working. To be able to stand up to somebody that was not being very nice to me, even if it's just through messages, it was powerful for me to let that person know how they were making me feel. My old self is gone. I want to say she's gone because this new self, she knows that she's valued. That it's okay if she doesn't check all the boxes. She brings value one way or another.
I have nothing to say. That was the most incredible thing I've ever heard.
And it came from my heart, man. It really did.
Yeah, damn. Okay, mission accomplished.